We're at the table with Bob Ramsey, exclusively on 101sports.com.
You're at the table with Bob Ramsey. That's me. Joining me, my pal Tony Softli, NFL insider. You can see him all the time here at 101sports.com. You read about him, 101sports.com. You hear him all the time on 101 ESPN. Tony, thanks. It's a busy time. This is the weekend for you. Longtime NFL personnel guy. I don't want to hear about picks. I don't want to hear who you think they should take or anything. I want to know what it's like in the war room. I've been really lucky in my career. Final Four, Super Bowls, World Series, All-Star games. The one place I've never been and probably will never get to go is in the war room for the draft. Give me a general feeling. Describe to us that'll never be there what it's like when you're in that war room.
Well, I can guarantee you'll never get to a war room. You know what it's like? It's you have the owners, you have all the scouts, you have coaches that come in and out. They're generally called when it's their area, or if we're a player is choosing a player in their area of choice. Other than that, they're in their offices. They're studying film, preparing for free agency, and after the draft. But really, it's very calm. It's very quiet.
Really,
believe it or not, I've been in 2 different organizations, 5 different head coaches, and 5 different general managers, and it's never been a chaotic situation. Now, I say that until you're on the clock. As soon as you're on the clock, then things start to get a little tight. Everybody starts to get out of the way. General managers start moving traffic a little bit, and really when it's time to pick, the scouts are in the room, the general manager, the owner, and the head coach. Everybody else is out. And you can feel the energy. You can feel the energy. You're on the clock now. You might be down, say it's the first round, you got 10 minutes, you're down to about 4 minutes. You know who you're picking and everything. All of a sudden you get a call for a trade. And now everything gets tight. So everybody's on pins and needles trying to figure out what's the call. Well, there's only one guy that's talking, so we can't hear it. So we're all anticipating, what is it? Where are we going? Are we trading? Now we start talking. The people are on the phone. They start talking, okay, what's next? Who should we go? They're going to try to jump us. They're trying to get this guy. Who are they trying to get on the board? And then you get down to about a minute and a half. And then it really starts to get tight. They hang up the phone, no trade, and now you got to sit and pick. Okay, so what you do then is you get the player on the phone. Mm-hmm. Okay, then the GM talks to him. Okay, now the clock's down to about 35 seconds. The head coach gets on the phone, and still, my job with the Rams was, okay, we're down to 25 seconds.
Right.
Do we turn in the pick, or what are we going to do? And then that's really when it gets tight. And then after it's over, everybody claps, everybody high fives, and really it's really generally pretty quiet.
What about
quiet but intense?
What about a pick though that maybe everybody's not on board with? Is it one of those things where, oh boy, I can't believe we did that, and you just keep your mouth shut?
Well, you know what, Rammer? Generally, you get all those scenarios and all that stuff out pre-draft meetings.
Yeah.
You get all that out. Now, the GM will make, and I've been with several GMs, 5 of them to be exact, and I remember Bill Polian saying, hey, listen, we're taking this guy. Not all of you guys agree. Everybody keep their mouth shut. And that was the end of it. I mean, and you did too. It was like, okay, But most of the time, everybody's watched tape together. We're all on the same page. When you get to that point of the draft, everybody's ready to go.
Has there ever been a screw up, for instance, where you maybe can't get a hold of one of your picks?
Yeah, Hannibal Navies out of Colorado, a linebacker when I was with Carolina. We called him on the phone. We couldn't get him. Now we're down to about 2 minutes. Called him on the phone, couldn't get him. Called his mother, couldn't get, and she says, I don't know where he's at. You guys don't know where my baby is? It's one of those deals. So we called the agent, and the agent says, well, he's downtown, held up in a hotel, just resting, waiting for somebody to call him. Well, we freaked out. George Seifert just lost it. We got about 22 seconds left. Without even talking to the guy, which is taboo, we turned in the pick. And luckily he was okay. He hadn't been injured. There has been a situation where a team has drafted a player that was actually killed in a car accident, and they lost the pick. So you always want to get the player on the line.
Finally, when the draft is done, this will be at the end of the weekend, have you walked out of drafts where you've known, wow, we, the whole group, did a great job and feel really satisfied? And conversely, have you walked out of there on your own, maybe not debating in the room, but I don't know if we pulled this one off. I'm really concerned about this draft.
I've never walked out being really concerned about the draft. I tell you what, that's why I always say the first pick is the pick that has to set the draft right. You get the first one right, and it really flows for you. I've never really said, oh man, we really screwed this one up. I haven't felt really good about a lot of them.
Not one where you've walked out and typed up your resume.
No, never that way. But the first, second, and third pick, and then maybe your 4th through 7 wasn't really boom. but you still felt pretty good that they have a chance to make the team. But I've never disliked any of the drafts.
Draft is over. Did you ever have a routine? Did you go out to dinner, go out and have a cocktail, or just go right home and go to bed?
Cocktail and a cigar. Cocktail and a cigar, and I'll do that tonight as soon as we're done with this one.
Very good.
All right.
That's Tony Softli, our NFL expert. Bob Ramsey, you're at the table with me. Thanks.